there, Glenn with the Toy Temple, and today we've got Sergeant Jyn Erso from Star Wars The Black Series Rogue One Wave. And looking at her, you may recognize her from literally every single toy shelf in America because she's one of the most peg-warmingest peg-warmers of all time. But I picked her up at Five Below for $5. May have overpaid in your opinion, but not mine, because I love the character Jyn Erso. I think Rogue One's one of the best movies that Star Wars has ever made, and I liked her character. I really did. Looking at the figure though, I see some issues, sorta, but we're gonna get to that in a second. On the back, Sergeant Jyn Erso, Jedha, a highly skilled soldier in the Rebel Alliance. She's impetuous, a defiant warrior, eager to bring the battle to the Empire. Jyn has little patience for debate within Alliance high command, enough so that she takes matters into her own hands. So she may be a bit of a rebel, even by Rebel standards. So let's crack it open, see what makes her so rebellious, and let's get to it. And here's Jyn Erso out of the package, and she feels a little thin. You know, maybe some of you were right. Maybe it's just a little too tiny. I don't know. She also doesn't look very much like the actress from Rogue One. What is it? What is it about her? Let's take this hood off real quick. What? Can you take the hood off? Let's see. It took a minute, but boy, this thing took quite a bit of effort to get off. And I'm not sure if I'll put it back on. I don't know. Does she need it? I mean, the face printing is a bit plain. I'm not sure if she actually looks like the character. This might be the first time I ever bought a figure and I said, nope, doesn't look like her at all. The details on the figure are pretty great. The vest looks good. Painted brown. She's got a nice stripe of greenish brown right here along the line of her arm, both sides in fact. A little bit of red paint right there. The vest looks good. The hair looks fine. The pants, I like the holster. The holster going into that belt, really cool. And the gun fits right in. Accessory wise, she does come with the little itty bitty gun, and it's just a little pew pew pea shooter. But it is painted pretty well. I think her hand might be a little too tiny for this gun. She can barely even reach the trigger. Articulation, she's got thigh swivel. She's got some leg movement right there. Double jointed knees. Ankle rockers. Ankles can also move up and down. Single jointed elbow. Wrist has the hinge on it. Can do the 360 twist. Arm goes all the way around. Neck and ball joint. Little exorcism action. This arm, the same way. No ab crunch. But she does have a little bit of hip. She twists at the chest, which that's weird. That's a first for me. I don't know if I've seen that with other figures, but maybe I haven't tried hard enough. So Jyn Erso in the movie, her father was helping to create the Death Star. She was abandoned, had to be raised by some other characters in the movie, but all in all, she came out to be for the rebels, thankfully, because that's how they got the Death Star plans, is thanks to her. So she is an integral part of the Rebel Alliance. She's the one who brought them together, got them the Death Star plans, and sent them on their way. She's the reason that first Death Star blew up. Size comparison wise, she looks a bit like a teenager. She definitely doesn't fit the scale of 6 inch. And I'm starting to see why people think that she's a little bit of a peg warmer, because she kind of deserves it. So, all in all, what do I think about Jyn Erso? I think the character is great. I think the movie that she's in is great, but the figure is not one of my favorites. And I know I said I got her at Five Below for $5, but I may have in fact overpaid. I'm going to, unfortunately, have to give this the lowest score I've ever given. A 1 out of 5. And it's not her fault. No, no, no. It's the people who made the figure. This is Hasbro's fault. It seems like they wanted to do too much, and yet they left her so dainty. They were so afraid to make her even a little bit larger, a little bit taller, that they forgot to make a great figure out of her. Her stature is almost that of a 10-year-old compared to Krennic. It's too small. It's too small. Maybe one day they'll figure it out, but they didn't figure it out with her. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at The Toy Temple. And remember, you're never too old to enjoy the things you love. I can't even stand up. Jyn, come on.